This is Linux. And so is this and all of this. After first installing Linux around 10 months ago, I tried out Linux Mint, which has the Cinnamon desktop environment. Essentially the taskbar and all the stuff is a desktop environment. Then I installed Arch Linux and tried out KDE Plasma. It looks like this, similar to Windows, but better. Then I decided to install hyprland inside of Arch Linux, which is a tiling window manager. Essentially all windows that you open are automatically aligned in a grid instead of separate windows like in Windows. But there is one that I haven't tried yet, and that's Gnome. It's supposed to be the one that's most similar to macOS, and for the past few years I've been using macOS, so I went to test it out. Now the beautiful thing with Linux is that you can install whatever kind of desktop environment you want on whichever Linux distribution. So I decided, why don't I try installing this on top of Linux Mint? If I fail, which is likely, then I'll do it inside of Arch Linux. I'm not doing Arch Linux immediately because I'm still mad about not being able to get virtualization working from the last video. Oh, that video was a pain. Oh, why is everything so small? To be fair, I'm now using a 4K monitor. Let's do display settings. Of course, 240 Hz. That's not on this list. My monitor supports it. That's probably some driver issue. Okay, immediately running into problems. For some reason, if I set my display to 120 Hz, which is not even the maximum, every few seconds my monitor starts blinking. Why? I should also probably update my system. Sudo apt update. Boom. And maybe my display starts working. Actually, while this is happening, I want to change my mouse cursor. You know, freshen up a little bit. Where was it? Graphics? Oh, this is not a menu. This is a folder. Okay. Oh yes, it's not properly rendering all the cursors, I remember. So this one doesn't actually look like this. Yes, it's this one. You know what? Let's do the default one. I think this... Oh, let's not do the default one. Oh, this one's interesting. Okay, I'm using ArcDusk. So first I download the cursor theme, then extract the zip file and copy a folder named icons in my home directory. Show hidden files, .icons, boom. Wait, where are all the other cursors here? There should be more. Extract this, yoink, and move it into icons. And now inside of settings, I should be able to find them here. Look at that new mouse cursor. Now I'm ready to install Gnome, and this has updated as well. So let's see if the display issues have fixed themselves by setting this to 120 Hz. Apply. Nothing seems to be blinking anymore. Open terminal. Oh, yes. Install Gnome Linux Mint. You can do it and it will work fine. That's what I like to hear. To install Gnome with the least amount of Gnome utilities, you'll have to install a package named Vanilla Gnome using the given command. But I want all the packages. I want the full experience. And if you want to have a complete Gnome experience, sudo apt install Gnome. Yoink. Let's try to do that. Install. Do you want to continue? Yes. While I'm learning how to install Gnome by randomly poking around, there's actually a much better and fun way to learn new skills, specifically programming skills. That's why I wanted to tell you about boot.dev, who I've partnered with for this video. Their entire goal is to teach you back-end web development from start to finish in the Python, JavaScript, and C programming languages. But they have a different approach. It's a programming RPG. You earn XP, levels, achievements, fight bosses, and complete quests to get to the top spot in the global leaderboard. Learning to code is not a get-rich-quick scheme, so boot.dev's curriculum takes some time and goes properly in depth on both the theory and the practice. I've been taking their Python course for 10 minutes every single day, and I'm glued to the screen. Actually makes me look forward and excited to learn. There's also Linux, SQL, Git, and more available courses. Boot.dev never want a student to feel like they aren't getting their money's worth, so they offer a 30-day, no questions asked refund policy and a free demo of the interactive experience on every course. Boot.dev believe that the smartest way to learn to code is to make sure you're never bored so you can stick with it long enough to reach your goals. And you can't learn to code without actually doing what you'll do on the job, writing a lot of code and building real projects. That's what boot.dev is designed to help you to do, so you can learn in-demand skills and do it in a fun way that feels like playing a game. Go to boot.dev and try out the courses for free. Then use my code BOG to get 25% off your entire first year if you choose the annual plan. I'm very glad they agreed to sponsor this video. Their platform is awesome. Now, let's get back to Gnome. Once you execute any of the two shown commands, you'll be asked to choose the prefer display manager in the next step. Okay, GDM3 or LightDM. Both should work just fine, but I will suggest you go with GDM3 to have the complete Gnome experience. GDM3 it is. Oh wait, I just stopped recording with OBS just to double check everything's working, and my display started blinking again. What? Wait, so maybe it's not fixed? Oh, there's something here. Configuring GDM3. A display manager is a program that provides graphical login capabilities for the X Windows system. Only one display manager can manage a given X server, but multiple display. Okay. Enter. Here I choose GDM3. I'm not sure what's going to happen next. Something's happening. Now the question is, why is my display blinking when I stop recording with OBS? I think I should probably try to fix that first. 4K display blinking Linux Mint. The issue seems to come from a kernel regression with the official kernel. Okay. Edit etc default grub. Modify the grub command line Linux default and add Intel IOMMU off at the end. So for me, it would be AMD IOMMU. I guess let's try this. Vim here. So I added here. Okay. Save this file. Read only option is set. Big mistake. Sudo vim /etc/grub. Boink. And then here IOMMU equals off. Write and quit and sudo update grub. So now in theory, it shouldn't flicker anymore. Maybe. Or also maybe my computer might be using the grub menu that's on Arch Linux, not from Linux Mint, because I think that happened the previous time when I was trying to get virtualization to work. So it might not be fixed. Let's check if I stop recording. It's not fixed. As soon as I stopped recording, my display went black. What if I just restart? I just restarted my PC. What is this? This is a different interface. I think we're in. This is a Linux Mint wallpaper, but there's no more taskbar. And when I press the super key or the Windows key, this opens up. Now everything is insanely small. Can I do display settings? Oh, and it's display settings from Linux Mint, or it's only the theme. And it has my mouse cursor. Let's do 300%. Will it let me do 120 Hertz? Oh, I don't know if you can see this in the recording, but as soon as I move my mouse cursor, my monitor just goes black. That's not optimal. The mouse sensitivity is definitely larger. So does the recording even work? Why is this window in light mode? Let's ignore that for now and tackle things from the most annoying to least annoying, at least while I'm recording. Where's the taskbar? There's no screen flickering, so I'm just going to pretend that doesn't exist for now. Let's also change the mouse sensitivity. Can I search settings? Mouse speed, just a little less. Now, I'm not really a huge fan of 60 Hertz, nor am I a huge fan of this wallpaper. So let's quickly try and change it. Do I have any wallpapers here? Just blue balls. One of my favorites from this wallpaper pack, link in the description. Let's see if we can get some more from my Windows drive. This doesn't look like Windows. Is it the computer? Nope. Oh, it's here. Okay. Let's yoink this one and set as wallpaper. Beautiful. Okay, so now we're really in. It shows the time up top here, activities on the left, and on the right, there's settings and a bunch of icons. There's a microphone icon. Boop. Oh, it's in light mode. It seems like it has a different theme for everything. This is light theme, but when I went into settings, wait, how did I go into settings? Oh yes, right click and settings. This has the theme from Linux Mint. So I should probably go into appearance. Let's do dark theme. Okay, I guess light theme. What if I do light? It's also light theme. Oh, but this is dark now. What happened to this window? Do I close it and reopen it? No, it's still white. Interesting. Type to search. There's a keyboard. Emojis. Can I start typing to search for an emoji? Nerd. It found it here. Nerd face. What if I click? Everything just disappeared. Show applications. So I went to open Firefox. Let's just look for that. Oh, look at how pixelated the logo is. Mozilla VPN, a fast, secure, and easy to use VPN. Is this an ad for a VPN? Oh, and it put me back inside of the same webpage. So everything that I had on Linux Mint stayed here as well. That's why I still have the same mouse cursor, and that's why probably the themes aren't working properly. The keyboard popped up again. Why? Emojis? This looks like a mobile interface. Oh wait, now the things here have changed. The files logo has changed. Before it was a vault or something. Now it's a folder icon, and all the icons here have changed. So maybe the settings are now dark? No, they're not. On the login screen, I should have clicked the little gear icon and chosen Gnome on Xorg. Didn't do that. Do I log out from here? Yes, I do. Oh, look at how my OBS has changed. These buttons look like from Windows XP. Oh, there's another virtual desktop there. How do I get to it? It's just a click. So now if I go into my settings, is it light mode? Yes, it is. And maybe if I change it to 120 Hertz, it doesn't flicker. Oh, It doesn't flicker. Let's go. Okay, and if I stop my recording, does it flicker then? Never mind, it does flicker. But why? I'm using Gnome 42.9. Not sure if that's what I'm supposed to be using. And it says my graphics card is Raphael something. Wait a second. Maybe that's why my display is flickering. It's my integrated graphics card, not the AMD dedicated one. Okay, open the terminal. This one's light mode. Fast fetch. Sudo apt install fast fetch. Unable to locate package fast fetch. Neo fetch. That one worked. CPU, that's the correct one. GPU. Okay, not sure about these names here. So maybe I still have some settings on Arch Linux that prevent my computer from using my dedicated GPU, and that's why my monitor is flickering. That's solid intelligence. Let's investigate this on Arch Linux. Hello, does audio work now? Hello, hello, hello. Okay, I'm back. I just did some stuff on Arch Linux, but I couldn't get my audio to work. Essentially, I undid a bunch of stuff from the previous video when I was trying to get Windows to work inside of a virtual machine inside of Arch Linux with my native graphics card performance. So I had to essentially disable my graphics card so that okay, it's getting way too complicated. Let's just move on. Display settings, 120 Hertz. Please don't flicker. Keep changes. And now stop the recording. Oh, no way, it doesn't flicker. Yes, let's go. Wait, terminal. It still shows these devices here. Nevertheless, it seems to be working at 120 Hertz. I'm not even going to try to get 240 Hertz working because it doesn't even show up here, but I'm happy that my display is now super smooth. Okay, we can begin the Gnome exploration. I have good and bad news. Good news is I found a cool animation. If I bring up settings in OBS and move the window down, look, this bonus baby window stays on the screen. It doesn't move with it. I don't know, that's kind of cool. Bad news is that my display still flickers. Of course it does. I don't want to do anything else until I get this fixed. This is the exact same thing for me. It just goes completely black. I'm also facing the screen blink issue in Ubuntu. I still don't understand what causes the issue, so good luck. Turned out to be a bad display port cable. I'm using a good old trustworthy HDMI cable. I just plugged it into a different spot on my graphics card. Maybe that fixes it? Nope, didn't fix it. Just for the record, I have the exact same problem. For me, it started when I switched a monitor to an LG monitor. Wait, I'm using an LG monitor. Flickering LG monitor only on Linux. Some LG monitors have FreeSync built in, and if you have an NVIDIA GPU, those can really conflict, leading to flickering. Heck, some monitors do occasionally flicker even if you have an AMD GPU with FreeSync on. Make sure FreeSync is turned off and see if you still get flickering and only turn it on when you need it. Surely I have it off. Oh, there's variable refresh rate. Wait, off? What's this? DAS mode. So maybe it was variable refresh rate. I don't see any other settings here that could cause problems. Okay, let's try to stop recording. Kablamo. I think that's fixed. I don't want to get super happy about that, even though I am super happy. Let's hope the flickering doesn't come back. Okay, activities. What's activities? Activities is the same thing as pressing the Windows key. Oh wait, did I press it fast? When you press it fast, it opens a bonus menu. Video calculator, text editor. Let's inspect the text editor. And there's the keyboard. Legs. Okay. When I was testing the Linux Mint, I gave myself a bunch of tasks that I would expect a computer to be able to do. And while moving my video files, I actually found it here. Look at that. So why don't I try to complete all of these on Gnome to see how well it compares to Linux Mint? And maybe I'll even throw in a few bonus ones as we go along. But before I get to these tasks, I just want to explore what's here and disable the keyboard popping up. Can I just look for keyboard? Use the same source for all windows. Doesn't look like it's here. Then it has to be accessibility. Enable animations, of course. Cursor size, bonk. Let's make it largest. Nothing seems to happen. Do I have to apply? Not sure about that. Large text. This updated automatically, so why does the cursor size not update? Screen reader, where's the keyboard? Screen keyboard, there it is. Why is it enabled by default? Maybe it's for touchscreen laptops, but I'm not using a laptop. Network connected 100 megabits per second. Wait, it shows my internet speed here? No way. Or does it show the maximum? Oh, just revealed my IP. Whoa, do not go there. Bluetooth, background. Oh, that's a classic Ubuntu background. Let's keep this one, of course. Multitasking, hot corner. macOS has this. Touch the top left corner to open the activities overview. So just boop. Oh, can I move OBS somewhere else so that it doesn't interrupt and then close it back? Boop. Active screen edges. Drag windows against the top left right screen edges to resize them. So just window snapping. Okay, that works pretty well. Dynamic workspaces. Automatically removes empty workspaces. Not sure if I'm a huge fan of that. Let's just have two workspaces. One is going to be here for the things I don't want you to see, and the other one here. Beautiful. Application switching. Include applications from all workspaces. Include applications from the current workspace only. Also, this is Alt Tab. If I select this one, it's only going to show me settings inside of Alt Tab. Let's maybe open Firefox as well. But if I have this enabled, it's also going to show OBS. Windows does it like this and macOS does it like this. I love that this is a setting inside of Linux. I'm going to do current workspaces only. Okay, so pretty regular settings so far. KDE Plasma, the desktop environment, had some crazy settings like animation speed configuration or Genie minimize effect. This one seems to minimize everything inside of activities. Not sure how that works yet. Power mode, balanced, performance. Mouse and touchpad, test your settings. Why is there a bear? Try clicking, double clicking, and scrolling. Boop. Boop, boop. And scrolling. Oh, and it goes up. Okay, that's nice. Look at this lock screen. Can you see it? It's black. How good does this look? Whoa. So that's kind of it for all the settings. KDE Plasma definitely had some more fun stuff in there. So far, it seems to me like this desktop environment is more meant for laptops. I would probably want to use this interface more on my laptop and KDE Plasma on my desktop. Maybe because I'm just used to Windows and the taskbar, and having this here and all the apps laid out like this seems more like a tablet or laptop OS. The terminal is also in light mode. WM theme Mint Y. Maybe that's why. So let's do Firefox. Just opened alarm clock. Change theme on Gnome. Step 1, install Gnome tweaks. Step 2, install Gnome shell integration browser. Pick a theme of your choice. Wait a second. Oh, so there's a bonus utility, tweaks, that lets me tweak my operating system. Okay, let's do this. Terminal. I'm so used to pressing Alt space or Command space to open the search bar and look for all of my apps. I think that existed by default on KDE Plasma. I have Power Toys on Windows that lets me do this, and Spotlight Search or Raycast on macOS. Let's actually add this into the tasks list. Alt space search bar. Boom. And let's do sudo apt update everything. Bingo. Sorry, try again. There we go. Click here to install browser extension. Why do I need a browser extension? Manage your add-ons and themes through the application menu. Lock screen extension, user themes, load shell themes from user directory. So do I want this? Okay, maybe let's resume the tutorial. Wait, so the Gnome tweaks tool should have been installed, right? Gnome doesn't seem like it's here. Oh, this is suggestions from the software store. So what other things I can install here? Gnome tweaks is already the newest version, so I already had it installed. What if I do Gnome tweaks here in the terminal? There we go. Suspend when laptop lid is closed. So maybe things that my PC is a laptop. Okay, appearance, and everything has a different theme. That's why the dark and light modes are mismatched. Oh, so this is where all the fun stuff is. Look at the amount of themes I have, but they're all Linux Mint themes. So maybe I should download a theme. Gnome themes. Gnome look. Dracula is the most popular one. There are 1000 cursors, full icon themes. I love customizing my cursor. Grub themes. Grub is that menu. Okay. Fine, let's go with the Dracula theme. Okay, it looks good. Has the macOS icons there, although slightly different colors. So do I just download or install maybe? So did it download somewhere? Maybe it's inside of my file explorer or file manager. One thing I don't like is that when I close an application and then I open it again, it opens there in the corner. Why would it not remember where I put it before? There we go. There's Dracula theme. Extract it into the .themes folder that should be inside of my home folder. Open a new tab. I can't believe that Windows for the longest time didn't have tabs in the file explorer. This is such a useful feature. Control H to show hidden files. Boom, themes, and move Dracula inside of themes. And so now if I open my Gnome tweaks, I should see Dracula here. Oh, everything's gone. Why does it let me scroll all the way up where there's nothing? Why is there a danger sign next to shell? It doesn't let me pick a theme here. Okay, so I've set everything to default. There's no Dracula to be found, and also nothing really seems to have changed except my mouse cursor. Show extended input sources. Emacs input. Overrides shortcuts to use key bindings from the Emacs editor. I haven't tried Emacs yet, but I know that it's a similar thing to Vim. Might try it sometime. So okay, if I open my terminal now, wait, it's dark mode. Okay, and what about settings? Oh, never mind. Settings is still in light mode, but the terminal is dark mode. That's very good. Close terminal. That closed Gnome tweaks. I think it's just called tweaks. Oh wait, now there's Dracula. And it changed just like that. Wait, there's no Dracula cursors. Maybe there's Dracula here in the icons. Or do I have to install Dracula icons separately? It's only the application theme. Maybe. Firefox hasn't changed. What if I reopen it? No, it's still the same. Oh, and the files icon is different. Wait, but this one doesn't have the new theme. Or does it? These folder icons are different. But this window is more dark and has the macOS close and maximize buttons. And this one looks more like Linux Mint. Not sure how to fix this. What if I do like calculator? The calculator has the new theme. Firefox. Oh yes, it has the new buttons. I really don't like this top bar on Firefox. Not sure why it's not the same as here. I know that there's a way to disable this. Right click on tabs bar, empty space near tabs, customize toolbar, right click, customize toolbar. In the bottom left, uncheck title bar option. There it is. Beautiful. And now look at the consistency with my theme. There's the minimize, maximize, and close buttons. Not sure if Dracula is my favorite theme. Oh, look at that. Very rounded corners. It's so cool that you can just turn Linux into whatever you want. Boom, it's macOS here, even though it's actually GNOME. And wait, it adds a taskbar at the bottom. Okay, let's try the macOS one. I'm not sure why, but when I'm trying to extract zip files on Windows, of course, this is not a zip file, tar.xz, for some reason on Windows, it just takes a massive amount of time. Also, how do I switch virtual desktops with a keyboard shortcut? Is it Windows right and left? That just moves this. But look at those smooth animations when I do this. Beautiful. Okay. Look at how rounded the corners are. And look at the file explorer. Look at this selection thing. That's just a detail you wouldn't expect. Okay, so I'm happy with this. Happy with changing the theme. I'm pretty sure that's also one of the tasks that I had. Oh, everything opens on the top left. I don't know why, but that's so frustrating. Can I zoom into this text with Control Plus? No, I can't. Plus, that opens a new document. Preferences. Did you see that animation? Wait. Grid pattern. What's grid pattern? Why would this be useful? I can't even see my text. And the highlighter is white as well. So when I move over my text, it's just flashbanged. What is this? In macOS, there's a very useful keyboard shortcut that works with almost any app, and that's Command, comma, and it opens settings. Does this work? No. So how do I zoom in? There's a color theme. Oh, editor font. Oh, there we go. And can I maybe zoom in now? No. So I have to go in and change the editor font size. Boom. Not the best text editing application. Change theme, change mouse cursor. And to mark these as complete, I need a nerd emoji, of course. Create a folder using the terminal. I know how to do that now. Let's maybe update these tasks. Insert emoji, uninstall a program, install a font. I'm pretty sure I know how to do this. Create simple presentation, you know, for regular mortals switching to Linux. Insert emoji Gnome. Gnome has a built-in emoji picker that works with GTK applications only. You can access it by pressing Control semicolon, I think. Control semicolon. There it is. Nerd. Boom. Beautiful. So probably it's not going to work in the browser, or will it? Control semicolon? No, it doesn't. Then I don't know if this is complete. We want full emoji functionality. Emoji picker Gnome. Emoji selector Gnome shell extensions. So maybe Gnome shell extensions are things that work across the entire operating system. And this is how I install things into Gnome. Do I just click this on? Wait, how does that work? Install? Oh, and there's a cool emoji that appeared in my menu bar. Hello? So this Gnome shell extension is an actual extension, and it just installs things into my operating system. What? Oh, screenshot captured. Wait, how did I do that? I just tried to open Firefox and took a screenshot. Does this emoji work? If I do nerd, boop, nothing happens. Or does it copy to my clipboard? Yes, it does. Okay. Boink. Now I just randomly took a screenshot, so let's try to replicate this. Maybe I just type screenshot. Yes, I do. There's take screenshot and screenshot. This is a really hard decision. Look at this interface. I can do selection, full screen, or a window, and also screenshot and screencast, so record my screen. Show pointer. Okay, might as well just record the screen. Beep, 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 beep. And to stop, I just do this. Click here to view the video. Show in files. Hello, this is just built in. You don't have to install anything on top. And there's the video. And the mouse cursor is nowhere to be found. So wait, which option shows the mouse pointer? If I record the screen now, Is there mouse pointer in my screen? No. Wait, I tried it with both options. Nevertheless, this is definitely complete. On the same note, let's crop the screenshot. Open with image viewer. Does the image viewer have the ability to crop? Doesn't seem like it. Open with another application. Maybe I have, there's drawing and there's GIMP. Let's just open it with drawing. Oh yes, I think I installed it previously inside of Linux Mint. There's the crop. Wait, where is the crop? There we go. Let's just, it doesn't let me move it. I want to crop to the mouse cursor, but it's locked to the left corner. Okay, what if I make a selection of the mouse cursor and then say crop? That's how you do it. Okay, not okay. What just happened? Oh wait, it cut it out as a separate layer. What? There are layers in this program? And look at how nice that mouse cursor looks. So how do I make this image just the mouse cursor? Do I move it to the top left and then crop? Those were a bunch of unnecessary steps, but here's the image now. Kablamo. So far I haven't run into much trouble. Let's do these two. Use virtual desktops and multitask. I've already kind of used virtual desktops like this, so you know, boop. But I want to be able to switch them with my keyboard shortcuts, and I don't know how to do that yet. Press super plus page up or control alt up. Oh, it's control alt left and right, not up. And it switches super fast. On Windows, you have to wait for an extra unnecessary second before it switches. And on macOS, oh, it's unbelievable on macOS. If you have a high refresh rate monitor, then you have to wait twice as long for your virtual desktops to switch if you're switching them with your trackpad. Most people would probably never notice this, but it's so annoying to wait that extra second. But if you decide to switch with a keyboard shortcut, then it switches super fast. I absolutely hate that. On KDE Plasma, there was a setting that let me slow down or speed up all animations. I wish macOS had that option. It's amazing. Install an application, install a game. Technically, we can do both at the same time. Do I have Steam installed? No, I don't. So let's go here, the software store. There's a bunch of installed stuff. 2048. What is that? Oh, it's a game. What apps do I even have here? Cheese. What's cheese? Take a photo. Oh, let's not do that. Driver management, extensions, file renamer. Wait, I can bulk rename files? That's cool. Connect 4. No way. Okay, here we go. Side quest. This guy's gonna lose for sure. Boom. I already know he lost. What is he doing here? Rookie mistake there, buddy. Huh? Why did he put there? He has 3 here, so here, right? We're playing against an amateur, it seems like. All right. Quick connect for destruction. Let's move on to installing Steam. This doesn't look like Steam. OS updates. There are a bunch of OS updates that I need to do. Restart and update. Boink. Software updates installed. When it was restarting, I noticed that my grub menu has changed. Not sure what's up with that, but I'm going to ignore it for now. There are a bunch of dots. So it doesn't seem like the store is super functional. Never mind, it's very functional. Although most of these apps are missing icons. So does Steam not exist inside of the store? Installer for Valve's game and content delivery system. Not sure if I trust this star rating. Let's try installing it through the terminal. Steam install with apt. Oh, it is Steam installer. Okay. So that was actually Steam in the software store. What is that? I'm pretty sure I copied this. This should install Steam. Can I look through my files from here? If I type in tasks, okay, maybe not. So I'm definitely going to install the separate app for searching through files and applications. So is Steam on my computer? Yes, it is. Beautiful. Installed an application. Conveniently, I can also install and play a game now. And one more important thing for me is whether I can record the game. So that's a subtask. Why is everything so tiny? And this window has a weird shape. And look at the ancient font. This is what they used in Middle Ages. While it's installing, I want to research this app that would open a search bar and let me search across my entire computer. Command bar Linux? What's the one that I have on Arch Linux? Quick launch Gnome shell extensions. Could this be it? Launch a custom-made .desktop files from a directory. So it would live in the menu bar. Quick app launcher. Doesn't seem like it. Unfortunately, there's no extension search bar for Gnome. Not unofficial. I recommend to change the desktop environment to KDE. That's not ideal. Wasn't there one that I installed into Hyprland as well? Wasn't it Rofi? Application switcher. Oh yes, it was. Does it exist for Gnome? Don't know what distro you have, but it was easy for me to test out a working setup. Sudo install Rofi. Let's try this. Sudo apt install Rofi. Yes, it's installed. Rofi. Something's installed. What if I do Rofi here? Rofi is unsure what to show. Please specify the mode you want to show. Rofi show mode. The following modi are enabled. Oh yes, these words seem familiar. Rofi dash show. Then mode, let's do run. Boom. The following errors were detected when starting Rofi. Mode run is not found. The following modi are known. Plus run. plus run. Boop. Maybe I don't put it in brackets. Boop. Nope. Maybe without a plus. Oh, that worked. And if I do Steam, enter, something happened. Something's still happening. More things are happening. Boom, there's Steam. So it kind of works, I guess. I completely forgot how to configure this to look nice and to work with Alt space. So let's leave it for now and go back to Steam. It's launching. No, it's not. There was a Steam window that popped up. There was another one. What's happening? There is a little ghost window. There it goes again. So I think Steam is trying to start, but something weird is happening. Let's go to System Monitor. Wait, what's Mission Center? Oh yes, this is like a taskbar app. I think I installed it in the Linux video. So there's Steam and it keeps reopening this window. What if I stop application or maybe force stop application? There we go. Oh, did you notice? Force quit an app. Boom. Didn't even have to try hard. Let's launch Steam one more time. Interesting. So it just keeps appearing and disappearing. Maybe I should force quit again. I remember doing it previously through the terminal. Press Alt F2 and type in Gnome terminal to open terminal session. Alt F2. That runs a command. Okay. It doesn't seem like it's going away. So maybe let's try to reinstall it. What if I do Steam, right click, can I uninstall? Pin to dashboard, show details. Show details. Now it opened it in the application store. So I probably shouldn't have touched the terminal. Uninstall Steam. That gave me a bunch of options. Wait, how do I uninstall it now? Uninstall? So is it the same Steam installer? Sudo apt uninstall Steam installer? Nope, that gave me the same thing. Sudo apt remove Steam. That works. Now if I type in Steam, there shouldn't be any Steams. And here in the software center, I'm just going to open this and install. Why does Steam only have 3.5 stars? Hello, Steam? It happened again. It's still glitched. That's not good. At least now I should be able to uninstall it from the software center and it's gone. Oh, there's that glitch again. Huh? The logo quickly popped up in the taskbar as well. Oh, there it goes. Wait, what is happening? Maybe I should just restart my computer. Okay, I just restarted. The grub menu is definitely different. Now it's Linux at the top, so it will launch by default. I will want to change it, so let's also add it to the tasks list. There shouldn't be any Steams on my computer. No. Steam refuses to open 3 months ago. It just flashes and disappears. You need to modify the steam.desktop file. Copy Steam desktop from this to your home directory's local share applications. Once copied, modify the Steam desktop with a text editor. Find the line for prefer non-default GPU. Set this value to false. So let's try this tip from Beefy Joe. Copy Steam desktop from users share applications. Wait, Alt F2. Can I just go like this? Wait, no way that worked. It just went to the folder location from this command. Control F Steam. There's Steam desktop. Copy. What a rookie way to copy. Oh wait, there's no desktop here. I can only go to home and then desktop. Can I pin it to the left? Star? Unstar. Oh, it's on top of new bookmark. How do I arrange these? Doesn't seem like I can move anything else other than desktop, but when I try to move it, it doesn't move. Properties, remove, open a new window. Okay, let's ignore this. So paste the Steam file here. I need to paste it to my home directory's local share applications. Alt F2. Boom. Oh, I love this. And just move it here. Find prefers non-default GPU. Okay, it's set to true. What are these high contrast colors? Set this value to false. False. Save. Steam should open correctly. Please open. Nothing's happening yet. It opened. That's so good. Okay, now what game do we want to play? Team Fortress 2. Let's own some noobs. We're going to have to wait a little bit for it to install. 50 megabits per second. So install a game. I just started installing it. Uninstall a program. I uninstalled Steam. Access clipboard history. Ooh, clipboard history on Gnome. Gnome shell extensions. Can I just install it as an extension? Just on like this. This makes it so easy. And look, there's the clipboard icon. Boom. Let's copy a few things. And does it remember them? There's my clipboard history. Now what happens if I press on it? Does it copy it? Yes, it does. I can copy this one. Oh, never mind. It inserts it automatically and also copies it. That was pretty easy. Convert image file format to another format. This shouldn't be super hard. Let's take another screenshot. Wait, what if I do compress? That's just going to put it into a zip file, right? Yes, .zip. Okay, the file type now is PNG. What if I do Control S, Control Shift S? Well, I could technically change it here. Supported image files. Oh, JPEG. Wait, no, that's not how that works. What if I use this image viewer? This one's from Linux Mint, I remember. What if I just put JPEG here? This one's 23.5 kilobytes and this one's over 200. So that's a success. JPEG, PNG. Look here, you're going to see the difference. This is PNG. That's a mouse cursor. Wait, it doesn't stay zoomed in. I'm going to zoom in manually in Premiere. PNG, JPEG, PNG, JPEG. A little worse. That's complete. Team Fortress 2 is still downloading. Oh wait, I just closed Steam, but where do I find it now? Because it's not here in my dock, even though I know for sure that it's open. If I open Steam again, it just maximized out of nowhere. But if I close it, it's not here. So how do I see all of my apps that are open? Because if I minimize the notepad, then it goes there. But when I open up activities, it brings it up, but it doesn't bring up Steam. Maybe it's inside of tweaks. Middle click paste, that's enabled. Very nice. Pointer location. Press Control key to highlight the pointer. Boop. Oh. Boop, 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 boop. Beautiful. Touchpad disable while typing. That's very useful for laptops. Double click to maximize. Middle click to minimize. Ooh, middle click and it minimizes. Placement left or right. So left will move these to the left. Oh, it's so good that you can customize this. Attach modal dialogues. When on, modal dialog windows are attached to their parent windows and cannot be moved. So it's like this. If I open the settings, it's going to be attached to OBS. And if I disable it, then it's not going to be attached. I can move it separately. Let's keep them attached. Center new windows. Yes, that's a setting. Calculator. Boom. It's in the center now. Wait, I forgot what I was doing. Oh yes, Gnome taskbar. Reviews of several dock taskbar extensions. I am fine with mostly stock Gnome, but I understand many people want a dock or taskbar on Gnome. Dock from Dash. In my opinion, this or Hot Edge are perfect for those people who really like or want to like Gnome but still feel the need for a dock. And once again, I just click boom and it's installed. Oh, that's so cool. And it's here. I don't have to click the system key to bring this up. I can just move my mouse down and there are all the things. That was so easy. Once again, this doesn't really show Steam, even though Steam is actually open. And there's also no Steam in my top bar. So I'm not sure how that works. Maybe if I minimize it, it's going to be here. Yes, if I minimize it, but if I close it, Steam is actually open, but it's not here. Interesting. Create a folder alias. That should be pretty simple. Does Control-Shift-N create a new folder? Yes, it does. And look at that animation, Shrek. And I think it's Alt-Drag. Oh, yes. In Linux, if you hold down Alt, you can pick up a window and drag it from anywhere. I completely forgot about this. This is such a useful thing. Just Alt, boom, boom. Move it like this. You don't have to click on the top bar. Yes. So then is it Control-Drag? That duplicates it. Control-Alt-Drag. That still copies it. Is it Windows-Drag? Shift-Control-Drag. It's Shift-Control. Delete both. Beautiful. I love that you can access your Windows hard drive from within Linux. I'm using this to move footage to my Windows without having to do it over an external hard drive or Gmail. Can I install Chrome? But it's not open source. Just relax. On your computer, download the installation file and install package. Download Chrome. Okay, do I just open it now? Control data. Oh, it's definitely going to harvest all the data. Select an application. Wait, how do I do this? To open the package, select OK, install package. I don't see any OK install package, Google. How to install .deb file. Team Fortress 2 finished downloading. Okay, hold up. Right click on the deb file and choose open with another program. Select software install. Oh, open with another program. Software install. Google Chrome stable. And there's a conveyor icon. It's going to harvest something. Linux users don't give 5-star ratings. And boom, we're in. It looks slightly different on Linux. Maybe it's getting the theme. This window is super hard to resize with the corner. And there's the X right next to it. That's not it. Come on. So there's play a game, add the Alt space search bar and change the grub layout that's left. Let's start with the easiest one. Processing Vulkan shaders. Oh, what was that? It does launch. It's like 20 hertz. Is OBS even capturing this? Oh, my resolution changed. Everything's super small now. The mouse cursor gets bigger. Beep, boop, beep, boop. Look at that free-to-play soldier. It's weird that launching a game changed my display scaling. It's back to 100 now. What if I set it back to 200 and then go back into it and then switch desktops? Now everything is fine. Also, I don't seem to hear anything. How do I get game audio to work? In my experience, Linux always has some weird audio issues, whether it's with recording or with playback. Oh no, don't smash keys. Okay, we're back. My recording also froze. Hopefully that's recoverable. Why are there audio issues? It was going decently well up until this point. And skaboosh, audio doesn't work. It froze again. Oh, it unfroze, but the recording didn't survive and the game just crashed. So far it's not a pleasant gaming experience. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. Do I maybe just restart my PC? Always the first thing to try. Still no audio, but at least it didn't crash. But once again, it's 24 hertz. Why? Is this an issue with this game specifically, or is it going to be with all games? Oh, the scaling again. Let's just relax and Google. I was able to fix this problem. Apparently in my sound settings, the wrong output was used. This doesn't fully explain why some things worked and others did not, but make sure that the correct output is selected even if you're getting sound in some programs but not others. Output device, but I don't even know which one's my headphones. I can't hear anything here, so maybe I just had the wrong one selected this whole time. Does it work? It works! Okay, here's the menu music. It's 24 Hertz again. But if I minimize it and maximize it, it's back. Beautiful. You know what? I'm thinking let's get a 10 kill streak. That's 10 kills without dying. Oh, I just got a fish. I just ran into a bunch more issues. It's 100% scaling again. This is not the best. I tried to change the game's resolution. Let's equip the fish. And everything just completely froze. Oh, it's back to 100% scaling. Oh, that is insanely annoying. Okay, here we go. And I'm dead. Oh no. Oh, this is going to be much harder than I thought. 3. Okay, I think I have 4. I'm dead. This pyro is my new nemesis. I have to get rid of him. Oh, there he is. Wait, how's my FPS looking? It's up there super tiny in the corner. Okay, it's 400, so the same as on Windows. I think I even have it capped. Oh. I'm getting slapped. Wait, you're gonna... Why am I even trying to get a 10 kill streak? There's no reason. The game already works. Don't put that in the video. 3 more. 3 more. It's definitely possible here. There they are. Oh. That's 8. Give me 2 more regular kills. That's 9. Okay, 1 more kill. 1 more kill. You, Pyro. Nope, not you, Pyro. Oh. That's a market garden soldier. Oh, no. I had 9 kills. Well, technically that was 13, but I'm not counting the soldiers. Oh, that was 7 kills. By the way, I just released a killer video checklist, essentially a checklist with explanation videos of how I make YouTube videos. So if starting a YouTube channel and making videos is something that you're interested in, I'll leave a link in the description. That was kind of random, but okay. I have new items. Flying guillotine. Beautiful. A loadout upgrade. And he kills me? That was a sick sniper play. Okay, this is a Linux video, not a gaming video. Get rid of the 10 kills and that's it. Nope. It's the sniper. Tim 2010. Unbelievable. It's the sniper again. Oh! Okay, I rage quit that server. Let's try this again. There's no way I can't get a 10 kill streak. Did you see how everything shakes when the game launches? I like that unintentional effect. The game just crashed. That's 7 kills. Oh, no, the door closed. That was a one-way door, and I knew that. How many times have I died at 7? Wait, I didn't expect it to be this hard. I've been here for so long. What time is it? It's 5 p.m. When did I start this? It's been over 2 hours. Okay, it's the next day, and I have to complete this kill streak. Wait, there's no audio anymore. Why? So it selected another output device when I restarted my PC. Why would it do that? It's 5. Just don't do anything stupid now. 9. I need 1 more kill. This is heavy. 10. Oh, I did it. Oh, let's go. Please tell me I was recording. I was. Oh. There it is, the 10 kill streak. Oh, I'm so happy I did that, even though it's not even a part of the video. It's just a random challenge I came up with. Boom. Oh, also, I found out that you can search files from here. So tasks, and then it should suggest, or not, maybe folders. Previously, I typed in videos. Oh, okay, there they are. So if I type in documents, as you can tell, the screen recording completely froze. Great, this whole screen recording is just this screen. So anyway, I managed to create a simple presentation. Well, now it's gone. I didn't save it. Anyway, as I was saying in the beginning of that recording, I found out that I can search for folders here, but not files. I have a file called tasks list. It's not here if I search for it, but if I search for documents, under files, there's documents, and here's the tasks list. So I'm still going to need a way to search for files across my entire computer, other than looking for folders where those files are. Most Linux users probably use the terminal to browse their files, but I'm not most Linux users, and I'm still much faster looking for files through the file manager instead of the terminal. The problem is that if I do Control F and look for tasks list, oh, it's called tax list. Wait, tax? Oh, it finds it. No, no way, this entire time. It's called tax. I wasn't searching for the right word. I accidentally called it tax instead of tasks. Unbelievable. So never mind, I don't need a search bar thing. So I can just sudo apt uninstall rofi or sudo apt remove rofi. No way, I thought I can only search for folders here, but I didn't type in my file name correctly. Wow, that's what we're dealing with. Okay, I'm happy I don't have to configure the rofi search bar. And next is changing the grub layout. Oh yes, just to check off the presentation, I created it using Impress, LibreOffice Impress. It's like a free PowerPoint because there's no Apple Keynote or Microsoft PowerPoint inside of Linux. Well, there are Google Slides because they exist in the browser. So anywhere where there's a browser, you can just use Google Slides. But I wanted to try the free alternative. I can add a glow to the smiley face, but it also adds a glow to the corners of this rectangle. F5 to present, first slide, second slide. Professional. So now we can for sure say that this is done. Next, I want to change the grub layout. Grub is the menu that lets you choose which operating system you want to start when you turn on your computer. And I'm dual booting Windows and Linux because I use Adobe software to edit my videos. And Adobe is nowhere to be found inside of Linux. And once I updated this, there's no longer even Arch Linux inside of that grub menu, which I do have installed on my computer. Also, I'm pretty sure that there are two grub menus on my computer. One that's inside of Arch Linux and another one that's inside of Linux Mint. And I'm not sure how to tell my PC which one it should pick. Grub does not automatically change its boot menu unless the terminal command sudo update grub is executed. Oh, I think I did that. What if I do this again? It says found Windows boot manager. That's my Windows, but it didn't find Arch Linux. Execute the terminal command grep menu boot grub cfg and a bunch of stuff. Boing. Okay, there's Ubuntu, a bunch more Ubuntu and Windows. So no Arch Linux and Windows is last. That's not good. I want Windows and Arch Linux and Linux Mint. How to scan for operating systems using grub. We use the OS prober command to correct grub's failure to discover the OSs. Sudo OS prober. Does that work? It only found Windows. That's not good. First, check if OS prober is disabled. If we get false, then it shows OS prober is active. So I need this to show false. It shows nothing. Okay, nice. What if I do vim/etc/default/grub? Oh yes, I changed something here before. Wasn't it this line? Sounds like you have two grubs and you're booting to the one which is not the target of your updated etc defaults grub changes. That does sound like it. Wait, stuff I did? I remember it was here. I think I saved how to chroot into Arch Linux from Linux Mint, which means just use Arch Linux through the terminal from my Linux Mint. Oh, boom, there it is. So I make a folder called rescue. Cannot create directory rescue file exists. Really? Where is the rescue file? Is it not a file? It's a slash. mkdir, that's make directory /rescue. So where is that? If I search for /rescue, what does the slash do? Yes, I saved the article where I got this from. Let's go. Oh, it's a mount location. I don't know what that means. Okay, well, it already exists. Then fdisk/l. This should show all of my drives. Sudo fdisk-l. Boom. Oh wow, I completely forgot everything. So this is my SSD. Where do I even have Arch Linux installed? And this is the other one. Oh, there's Linux file system here and here. One of these is a Linux Mint and one of these is Arch Linux. Which one? Wait, let's see how much space I have available. So I think this is Linux Mint, the one I'm using now, and it's 195 gigabytes. And this is 185. This is Windows, most likely. Okay, let's just guess that this is Arch Linux. Find your boot and Linux partitions for Arch Linux. For me, it's... oh, I have it here. Whoops. And then I mount the Linux partition to /rescue, then mount the boot partition to boot. Cool, cool, cool. Then I do a bunch of stuff that I don't know what they do, and sudo chroot into rescue. Okay, just copy all of this. No errors, which means possible success. Boom. Error, failed to set up chroot in /rescue. Sys already mounted on rescue sys. What if I just do sudo chroot rescue? I think I'm in. I'm inside root. Okay, okay. Okay. ls. Wait, so now if I update grub from here, it should change my grub menu because the last grub that gets updated gets to be the grub menu. Maybe. Update grub Arch Linux. This is the command. Yoink. Enter. Okay. Right. Found Linux Mint. Found fallback init rd image. But where's Arch Linux? Did it even find Windows? I'm not sure what I just did. Wait, do I have anything in my notes? Update the grub file. Okay, let's go into the grub file. It just has grub timeout, grub disable OS prober. That's the OS prober thing. So disable OS prober is false. So it's enabled. I think we want to have it enabled. This to regenerate grub. Maybe I needed to regenerate it first. Stuff just happened. Sudo mkinit cpo -p linux. Regenerate mkinit cpo question mark. Let's just keep pasting stuff in. Oh, there's no chance this works. And let's update it with sudo. Does it find Windows? It found Linux Mint. I guess now the only way to find out is to restart my PC and look at what I see. How do I get out of this? Quit, log out, exit. Boom, I'm back inside of Linux Mint. Hopefully grub menu works. Good and bad news. Good news, nothing seems to be broken. Bad news, there's no Arch Linux. There's only Linux Mint, advanced options for Linux Mint, and Windows. I'm pretty sure I fixed this problem before. It's been 4 months since the previous Linux video, during which I absolutely rage quit. This one was so painful. Look here, I had the same thing happen. So I did fix it before. Wait, the solution was a time lapse. It's somewhere inside of this time lapse. Oh, you have to be kidding me. So how do I proceed from here? OS prober doesn't find Arch Linux. I've read somewhere that I have to mount my Windows partition and then run the commands again. Maybe that's what I have to do. Okay, let's mount it. Wait, mount, rescue, special device does not exist. Failed to access mount point. What do you mean it doesn't exist? NVMe 0 and 1 P5. NVMe 1 and 1. Okay, it changed for some reason. So now Arch Linux is with 0. Wait, everything's with 0. I will just ignore that happened. So first I mount this to rescue, then I mount this to boot, and maybe now I update grub within Linux Mint. Found Arch Linux. Oh my god, let's go. Okay, so I shouldn't have ch rooted into Arch. I should have mounted Arch Linux somewhere and then updated grub from within Linux Mint. Cool. Let's actually add that to this document just in case it happens again. Now the only thing I need is to change the grub order. So whichever thing comes first in the list, because that's what's going to turn on by default when I turn on my computer and leave. And I want that to be Windows. Yes, I know. Change grub menu order. I have a program called Grub Customizer that does the trick. Do not install Grub Customizer. It marks grub non-correctable in case of problems. Well, now I don't know. You can also change the grub default boot entry from the command line without having to install any additional tool. This won't change the order in the list, but will allow a different OS to boot by default, which sounds like what you may want anyway. That is what I want. First, make a backup copy of etc default grub in case something goes wrong. So if I now cd into here, which means go here, and ls, I should see grub.back. Boom. Then edit the file using Vim or the text editor of your choice. Find the line that contains grub default equals 0. There we go. And set it to grub default equals x, where x is the index of the grub menu item to which you would like to boot by default. If you forgot the order of items, take a look at boot grub cfg. Okay, let's take a look. That's a lot of symbols here. Each menu entry is specified by a line of type menu entry Ubuntu options. You can also choose the default by the name instead of index, example default Ubuntu. So I need to find Windows then. There's a bunch of if statements. There's Windows Boot Manager, menu entry something options, menu entry something and options. This is it. So do I copy this? Control C and then here, boom, save the file, then rebuild and update the grub menu. Found Arch Linux, found Windows. I think that's it. Okay, let's restart and check. It was there. Beautiful. And it automatically had Windows Boot Manager selected. Oh, baby. So that's all the tasks completed. And how was my Gnome experience? Honestly, it was much better than I expected. Well, having tried Linux before, I went into it with slightly different expectations, but this desktop environment feels super snappy. I wasn't a big fan of how it reset my display scaling to 100% every time I started up a game, and I definitely wasn't a fan of audio issues, although those issues might have been my fault. Other than that, this is a super well-built desktop environment. There are a bunch of default built-in applications applications, the animations look super smooth, and you can also customize a bunch of things inside of the Tweaks app. Do I want a different set of mouse cursors? Boom. And also the way you install stuff into your operating system by just clicking an on or off switch in your browser. That's crazy. I don't think it was Gnome Look that had applications. It's Gnome Shell extensions. You just hit this on or off switch. It just uninstalled my clipboard history application. Hello? On, and it's back. CPU Power Manager. If I want to be able to set maximum frequency for my CPU, boom, and it just popped up right there. Installation required. Attempt installation. Okay, maybe there's one extra step. Something went wrong. Of course it did when I'm demonstrating this. But to uninstall it, boop, it's gone. Disappeared just like that. This is super cool. And of course, there were things that usually don't happen on Windows, like my recording freezing, or some weird audio settings, or interface bugs like here. What the hell is this? What is that? Those disappeared. So now out of all of the operating systems that I tried, my favorite one definitely is